Hi everyone. I wanted to pop in and give you a little more nuanced information than what you may have read in the Star Telegram yesterday morning or heard at City Council work session if you tuned in on Tuesday. What you would have seen and heard if you had looked at either one of those things is that the library is giving up 12 positions. Well, that's true. There is some more nuance around that, and I want to make sure that you understand. You don't have to know all of these details the way that I do, but I'm hoping that you will feel some reassurance as you hear this from me, especially if you are feeling anxious about your position. Back in March, we entered the pandemic with a lot of vacancies. Most of it because we were reorganizing the library, as you know. We are working towards being a programming library, a library that delivers outreach. And so as people chose to leave or to retire, we were taking those vacant positions and doing a lot of what we call reclassifying. So taking positions and turning them into a different position that we know that we need. Sometimes we would need to take multiple vacant positions, combine them in order to reclassify them into one sort of higher paid position. So we had a whole strategy that sort of fell apart in March, as happened to most of the world. So, and then throughout the last 5 months, we've had folks resign, we've had people retire, and that just sort of multiplies our vacancy rate. So we have ended up with a pretty high level of vacancy. Departments were asked to look at their vacant positions and to identify ones that we thought we could give up in order to help the city's budget. And so because we had so many vacancies, we were able to identify 12 vacant positions, not with people in them, that we could give up. However, at the same time, we were also receiving permission to post to fill other vacancies. So that's how we were able to hire people to open Golden Triangle. And we've also been given permission to post 10 CSR1 positions so that we can help the branches who are currently pretty short-staffed, so that folks can hopefully go on vacation and we can relieve some of the pressure that people are feeling in the branches. So we're giving up, but we're also gaining. And so multiple things are happening at the same time. On top of that, we also were asked to identify what the city was calling low priority programs. Now, I believe we don't have a lot of independent programs at the library the way other departments may have. So, for example, and I'm just pulling these out of a hat, police has youth basketball leagues. Parks has soccer leagues. Code has the compost team. Those are individual department or programs that have people in them. We were asked to identify low priority programs that we thought we could lose, and the departments would lose those programs along with the people in those positions. Because we don't have those programs, instead we identified 3 low priority positions. So these are positions with people in them that we identified as we could live without, either because those the responsibilities in those positions could be shared amongst other people, or because truly we don't need that position anymore because we have figured out a way to either automate or to outsource the tasks under that position. Of those 3 that we identified, one of those people had already been moved into an acting position, and that person will be made permanent. So that person is not leaving the library. Of the other 2, I have already had a conversation with them earlier today, and they've been given some options. Now, their current positions are going away, so they are no longer able to stay in their current position. they've been given the option to either move into a different library position, and they can choose to do that or not to do that based on whether they are interested in doing that job that they are given the option to move into, or they can apply and compete for any positions across the city that are posted. We are also paying for a transition service if they choose not to take any of those and instead decide they want to leave the city and try and find jobs elsewhere. We are, out of the library's budget, are paying for a transition service that will help them with constructing a good quality resume, applying for jobs, how to interview. So we are paying for that for a number of months if that's their choice. This is happening across the city. There are, as you heard at work session or you saw in the Star Telegram, there are about a dozen people who are being given these options. So if you did not have a conversation with me today, you do not need to worry. We are set for now. I can't guarantee that things won't happen in the future. We all know that budget cuts are inevitable because the economy is not in a great place. But what I want to promise to you is that I will be open and honest with you about what's going on, and that you will always hear from me if something is impacting you personally, and you will hear it before it becomes public. I can't make any more promises than that. What I can promise you is that I have the library's best mission at heart, and that I have your back as much as I possibly can. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. I am always willing to tell you as much as I can. Where it really stops is I'm not going to tell you staff people's names, and I'm going to ask that you do your part to keep the rumor mill clamped down as much as possible, because it is in all of our best interests that we focus on serving our public the best that we can. And for that, I want to thank you for what you do for our community every single day. Together we go far, and I believe that. So thank you, and let me know if you have any questions. Take care.